Michael Del Rosa. I'm a senior at Crawfish. I may answer a few questions. How long did you swim at Crawfish Aquatics? I swam for around 11 years, 10 or 11 years, ever since I moved here from Indiana. What is my favorite competition memory? My favorite competition memory is when I won 8 gold medals as a 12-year-old at state, because Michael Phelps was the person who really got me into swimming, and seeing him win 8 gold medals in 2008 made me want to do the same. And I did the same when I was 12, a couple of years later in 2014. What life lessons will you take from training, racing, winning, and losing? Some of the life lessons was definitely discipline and working hard, and not everything comes overnight. All the work that we've put in throughout an entire season culminates in one place. It's not just you show up on that day and you race. And that's going to serve me well in the future, every day, just grinding in my studies. In the end, it's all going to be worth it because all the work that you put in. And the discipline from having to, not go out as much, sleep early, eat well in swimming is definitely going to translate to my studies and my future profession in the future, because you really have to be disciplined. And I feel like swimming really teaches kids to be disciplined. It's one of the best sports at doing that because it's early mornings and late afternoons, and it has to do a lot with what you eat and what you sleep.
Three things that I would say describe Mike is determined, kind, and passionate. I'm gonna miss him being next to me on those breaststroke sets, pushing me to the best whenever I'm down in the slumps, just not having a good day. He brings me up.
Uh, Everyone sees the wins and accolades you've accomplished over these years. What was this? Was this scholarship you were awarded and the races you've won over the years easy? Did they require sacrifice and tears? It was not easy at all. I'm blessed to have a full tuition scholarship at NYU, which includes fully expense paid trips in my winter breaks to Paris and Florence. And that definitely did not come without some tears and sacrifice. Not just academically, but in terms of swimming, it took a lot out of me to do all of that. At the same time, I couldn't go out as much. I had to sleep early. When I got home from swimming, I had to do my work immediately and then go to sleep. I didn't have time to, watch TV and just lounge around because I needed to sleep early for practice the next day, and I had to get all my work done so that I could keep my grades up in school. And on top of all the things I was doing in school too, with student council and community service club, it definitely took a lot of sacrifice and a lot of stress over just doing all these activities and wondering if it's going to be enough to get into college. Thankfully it was, and I was blessed with a great scholarship, but it was definitely not easy. Working every day in the gym, in the pool, and at home in my studies, it was not easy at all.
Driven, intelligent, smart. That dude was something special to me. He's what made me want to become a breaststroker. Like, just ripping through the water, and I was like, man, if he can do it, then I know I can do it. So,
how thankful are you of your parents and all the time they devoted? I am extremely thankful. My parents have sacrificed their time, their money, and they've given so much for me to continue my dream. Because swimming, is not a cheap sport. We travel a lot, especially since we don't live in Baton Rouge where most of the meets are. That's gas and hotel rooms sometimes. And tech suits are not cheap. And also they've just been so supportive of me every day. We couldn't travel too much because I had to swim at our home pool during the summers and during the breaks. And I know they wanted to go out to like Florida and other vacation spots just to enjoy life, but they had to stay at home for me, and I'm eternally thankful for that. And not just for swimming, but for school too. They've encouraged me in everything that I've done. They're helping me with paying for my education, which I'm very thankful for. That's not something that a lot of kids have the opportunity to have aid from their parents, but so I'm extremely thankful for that. And lastly, what's my next goal in life? My next goal in life is to make it to medical school. Hopefully, I will be applying to medical school after maybe taking a gap year or two and getting a master's in public health. But that's really my next goal is, do really well in college, do well enough to get that mid-school acceptance, and then eventually maybe become a doctor, become a surgeon, And that's it.